Hello, and welcome back to Europa Universalis V. We are continuing on with the Geek Order, aka the Greek Order, aka the Order of Greece. We have got our new colonies laid out, is our big updates today. That did not start. There we go. Now the YouTube stream is also starting. We have our new colonies started, so we are actually beginning colonization down here. We're probably not going to get it. We've just started a colony and we have started exploring. We have an explorer going out to the seas from Malta, and the Greek colony of Adrar somehow is in this internal province. I don't know where exactly they are colonizing, but it's somewhere in here. Adrar. Oh. We're doing an internal colony up here. So interesting. So bizarre. Might get us some sand. You know what? That's not the worst. I don't know that we have access to sand. No, we have some sand. Actually, we have like quite a lot of sand, so probably not what we need, but I'm going to take any colony I can get right now. So, Gareth, salutations. Good morning. Welcome on in. So, we've got a few different things going. We've got a parliament going. We are still short on paper and books. The continued problem that we always have, pretty much perpetually. We've been making a bunch of new universities, so Constantinople is giving us an extra 5 support. This is a lot of support we got going on here. In fact, there are 2 days left on this. Malta is going to become a town if this passes. I could increase opinion of someone, and then I could take one of these. Do we need a casus belli on anyone? Is Erdine belongs to Bulgaria, but they're also Orthodox, right? Yeah, so we could just holy war Bulgaria. We're totally full up on manpower. You know what, man? Maybe we should just ask for like a fabricate casus belli here. What is the option? A parliament approved taxes is just maximum tax 25%. Here's the problem. I don't keep anybody at maximum tax. Except for like the peasants. But it's not like we're making like that much money from them. The burgers are where we're making most of the money. Honestly, most of the money we're making from minting. We're making quite a bit of money from minting because we have our own gold mines. There are gold mines up here in Bulgaria too. Yeah, it's like northern Bulgaria though. But that would be a gold mine. I've been talking about taking back the rest of Thrace and Macedonia. So we could get ourselves in a nice early war against Bulgaria this moment. Does Bulgaria have any friends? You have enemies, you have rivals. You are in an alliance with Georgia and Vladimir. Way up north. We are much stronger than Vladimir. Georgia, we are a fair bit stronger than them. They do have quite a standing army. But what they don't have is any boats. So I could easily just park my navy up here and put them on intercept. They'd have no way to really get across to us. You know what, man? A fight against Bulgaria would not be a bad way to start the day. I mean, we could always just, like, go to war with Erdine, but... So we lose a little bit of support there, but then we'll just say increase opinion. That'll get us back up in Parliament. Parliament is over in 2 days, so that's ready to boogie. And then our army... we can basically just put right over here. Start letting them train up. We're gonna need a little bit of diplomats before we can really get going here anyway, so. There has been a patch. I can now see that diplomatic spending is actually shown here, along with cost of colonies. Ooh. That's a new one. We can also spend money on food. This is a new slider they've added. I don't know that we need that. We are still stored on things like sturdy grains. And wheat, actually. Oh, that's an interesting choice. Paper books. And I suppose wheat. Wheat. So this would be another thing that would be certainly worth doing. I think also, like, if we increase wheat in general, it's going to reduce the amount of reliance on sturdy grains, because as wheat goes down in price, a lot of recipes will replace sturdy grains with wheat. I think just boost that up everywhere we can. How is trade holding up? Pretty well, honestly. We're making like 80 on trade. Our market has gotten pretty chonky. Austria is really starting to take some power up there, I've noticed. That's like 2 hegemons they've just taken. Sunni zealots are still going up. We got Orthodox and Turkish peasants at 90%. We're exploring. Exploring the seas. And we'll appease the estates here. So Morocco is actually not growing pops in these locations. We are. I am very confused on how, I guess, whatever it is, this little like pathway must connect all the way up to Sus. Which is fantastic for us if it does, because it's just more inland, so. What am I colonizing is Greece? Currently Western Africa. And then we're going to start making our way across. We're colonizing whatever we can get our hands for. Didn't this patch completely break trade? I don't think that's true. Not that I'm aware of, but I guess we'll find out. We seem to be making about the same amount of money. One thing that it did change, which is something I didn't know that we could do, is request funds. So apparently this is a thing that once you request military support as a holy order, you can request funds and you can just freely ask for 1,000 or 500 ducats from anybody. You can only do it once a year. You used to be able to do it an unlimited amount of times. I'm really sad we didn't know that that was the case. It doesn't really seem like anybody would be willing to accept this anyway. We already have diplomatic relationships that we should take into account. Yeah, so you can go very diplomatic to help with that. Losing a little bit of money on the Sevilla market, but I'm doing that on purpose. Just so that we can keep spreading the New World institution into Athens. All right, meritocracy is getting pretty cheap. I'm happy to let that expand a bit more, though. Wow, I'm low on tools. Tools, of all things. That seems like a relatively easy fix. Yeah, I feel like it comes and goes. One thing I was wondering, because I know this is something you can do later on, you can actually replace RGOs. But I'm not sure how to do it. I watched a video where somebody, after discovering the New World, they replaced their RGO with like chilies. I don't know that it is much of a real option here. Like, we have all these fish spots, and fish is like completely bottomed out in our market. So I was thinking like, oh, okay, well, let's replace fish with something more valuable. You need the Colombian exchange event. Okay. Well, that does explain it. I'm going to request another cardinal seat because why not? I think I already have one in Athens. Let's try to put one in Rhodes. Hooray! New cardinal seat. Grants cardinal. Yes. So now we have 2 cardinals. Why not Constantinopolis? I guess just because Rhodes was our original capital. And it does have like 53,000 people living in it. Nope, so does Constantinopolis. 100,000 there. Mac, hello. Good morning. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Nipla, hello. Welcome. How we doing? All right, we got the double integration. We got all this going. We are climbing up the old order department. And Epirus, my dudes. Who are you fighting? What's going on here? Noble Civil War. Well, they seem like they got that figured out. So you guys have like 1,000 standard troops. I wonder if maybe we don't add a few more people to this army. Like, I do kind of wonder about adding maybe some more cab on these flanks, right? 4-5, 200, 4-5, 200. These guys do less strength damage. 7 initiative. Chance that a regiment will engage during the combat phase of combat. Like, I'm wondering, would I be better off putting it in heavy cabs or regular cabs? To be honest, I don't really know. Fully trained for shock charges, which could lead to the disruption of enemy lines. Cavalry are light cab armed with ranged weapons. They might not always be ready to charge into close combat. I think I'm going to give these guys some extra heavy cab on their flanks, because currently they have regular cabs. So, just a couple extra troops. Just to get us cooking. We have another university also being built over here, which is going to have some expenses. Gain a new work of art. I'm shocked you don't get like notifications for that. Okay. Anatomical theater. Local doctors in my last have begun to pay good money to study fresh corpses. The physicians claims this allows them to improve their knowledge of the human body, documenting it for the betterment of mankind. Improving the grasp of human anatomy is not an argument that impresses locals when the graves of recently deceased are found open in the morning. This is very Crusader Kings event. The citizens of my last are now demanding we restrict these horrible practices. Lose 10 research progress or lose 10 support with the clergy. That's fine. We'll take the support with the clergy, honestly. That ain't no problem at all. Maybe you can get the Codex Gigas. I mean, it feels like you can kind of get any of the works of art. What did we just make? The Sword of Sozopolis. All we seem to be making is locally known art, which doesn't do a lot. It's a little fleck of promotion and assimilation. Free to hire. Lose 10 prestige. Are you any good at art? You have an artistic skill of 3. Yeah, buddy, I'm not going to hire you. Not against sparkles. It is time for Christmas soon. So, Christmas sparkles, definitely. Anytime someone says it's for the betterment of mankind, run. Like the art thing, it's very low-key, but still a part of the game. Yeah, it doesn't have like a major effect, but it does certainly still play a part. And I do like that. I think what I'm going to do here is just separate our heavy ships and light ships into... Wow, this guy is quite the character. Just going to have him patrol the Black Sea right now. Yeah, see, like, we could invite Hungary to this war. But I'll be real, man. I don't know that we need to. But I'm also like, wow, they'd probably speed things up an awful lot. Target opinion, positive distance, border distance. Hungary would jump in on this. And you know what? They really didn't help me in my last war, so... Why not? We're also at war with Serbia. Hungary has honored their alliance. Let's get in here and get to work. Ah, this is one thing. Now, when you start a war, also your morale starts like extremely, extremely low. Which is something I totally forgot that they do. And you're actually just going to hunt for navies in the Black Sea. Don't want these spots, or those spots, or those spots. I guess I'll take the Aegean. Don't need these. Don't need these. I mostly just want you in the Black Sea, to be honest. So I think that that's fine. The cows. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the agency. When you get a cool art piece, you feel happy? Yeah, absolutely. It's a nice vibe. Man, I'm kind of hesitant to bring in any levies because I feel like we lost a lot of troops recently in this department. Like that last war against the Ottomans cost us a lot. It was not a cheap decision. You guys want food access? I'll give that to you. Also, I don't know, just with like Hungary being part of this war, I feel like we have some backup. We might just be able to do this with regulars. Salvation. All right, if you really want to kill all these guys over here, I'm going to have to come over and stop you first. There goes the Urdine army. $17,000 Bulgarians. Interesting, interesting. Let's see if we can get this navy out. This is actually a full siege, but we're also blockading it, so... Hungry Hippo is, he's doing some work. A powerful merchant wants to show gratitude for our efforts at patrolling the seas and keeping the lanes free for trade and exploration. The mercantile company has built new vessels for our war fleet and is willing to donate them. Gain 3 early carrots. Dude, what an absolute homie. Look at that. What an absolute homie. Are you winning that? Oh, they won that fight. That's huge. Yeah, there's like 22,000 Bulgarians rolling around right now. Or Hungarians running around. I think we don't have to worry about this war. Gratia Rex. We can put our 2 votes in on that. Oh, soon to be 2 votes. We're still building the College of Cardinals down there. A little bit at a time. What's the war goal? There's a little province basically here that we're trying to take. We're just trying to take like the rest of the Greek territories back. So, have I mended the schism? I mean, we blew apart the Autoselaphus Patriarch twice. So I think that technically counts as mending the schism. Will you automatically go back here? No, you won't. Interesting. See, I hate this, man. I hate that I have to go clear, 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 clear. Also because it doesn't work very well. Oh, you can toggle all. I don't know what I clicked here to cause the entire thing to open up like this, though it's terrible. Okay, so at least you can toggle all and detoggle all, and that will speed things up a little bit on that front. Once I take this and blow up all of his boats, we'll move towards this fort. Defender's Desert. Oh yeah, this is a godforsaken bloodbath. Here's the Siege of Varna. And we also sunk a bunch of their ships. Ooh, this might be a bit bloody. I didn't realize we were walking into so many troops here. In a mountain with forests. And we were a bit low on morale. Now, the good news is I have all these artilleries in the back, but this is like his real army, I think. Well, levies. Maybe not. This is a bit bloodier than I wanted, but our manpower is absolutely maxed right now, so it's pretty easy for us to come back from this. God, this was us really picking a fight in a bad location. Okay, it does look like we're winning on morale. Even when I'm rolling a 0, I'm still like killing 1 to 22, so... I think once we got through the regular troops and moved on to the levies, things sped up a lot. Boom. Boom. So the things we want in this war would be great set of questions. Rhodes and Sylvan. Definitely. And then it's like Rhodope. So this is the actual war goal. But I also want the rest of Thrace and Macedonia back. Connecting all of this territory will be really nice. Badar. Whatever that province is. This isn't the most expensive war goal either. My big question is like, how much does Hungary want? And should I give them stuff? Or should I, like, you know, dismantle forts on the northern borders? Is another option here. So I am missing the Zagor province as well. Okay, so that would claim everything we want here. Where's that gold province? Yeah, you know, could we, I'd have to cut through some serious territory to steal that from them. Getting another gold mine, though, is, like, really good. They are rare. There's also silver mines here. Oh, damn, dudes. All right, hold on. That's a silver mine. Coal, fruit, wine, wheat. Copper, lumber, iron, legumes, wool. And that's the gold mine. So I'd have to do some insane thing like that. But I could steal these silver mines from them as well. That's a pretty greedy play. That's actually too expensive. Oh, they have like a castle and stuff there. 94. This is doable. What's more valuable, the coal or the fruit? We always have a fruit shortage, but I'm also like, that's probably not going to be in our market, right? Also, there's no way this does not require me to turn these into vassals. Well, I guess we can figure out that problem as it goes. I think stealing a gold mine is really smart. The ticking war goal that gives... Oh, so that's if we own Rhodopes down here. That's the ticking war goal. So basically Haskovo. Should be basically the only part of that matters. You're running low on food in Genoa. This location is devastated. Oh, this is new. Prosperity is -2. So now this icon shows like withered wheat. That's kind of cool. Yeah, I'm like trying to integrate this place while it's also like not under my control at the moment. Comedy. Homie's building armories up here too. Yeah, dudes, we're gonna take all this. We're gonna try to. I think we'll probably just immediately turn it into 1 or 2 vassals. We do have enough to start incorporating Epirus. So let's drop that opinion modifier on them. Here's a nice successful siege. Let's grab Burgess back then. And we can do a little wandering around after. Yeah, Burgess is like running out of food at the moment too. This is one of the things I really want to connect this territory so that our guys have a much better time dealing with it in general. Just help them out a bit. Nice. We get a nice refill while we're back home, too. Couple big fights. They're sieging that stuff over there, so I think we'll just move up the hills. Freethinkers not persecuted. Monthly research at 15%. This is probably because we're going so innovative in value lately. Yeah, we've actually started pushing away from traditionalists. We are positive in innovation right now, which is really nice. We're also positive in plutocracy and free subjects. I'm still very belligerent. Good quality. We're still pretty offensive. Decently naval. Innovative free subjects, plutocracy. Yeah, I mean, we're going to have to get rid of one of these when we go for the harbor master reform. And I think we can do that probably pretty soon. Turkish patriot is up to 95%. All right, let's deal with them. Both of these patriots are getting out of control, so... Penguin! Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the agency. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Tiny Age of Wonders faction with all glowing minor transformations. Sparkle, sparkly. Have to have hidden shadows so you can make enemies blind. That's a fun little build. I like that vibe. I guess let's go up here and we'll just start going for these other cities. We mostly have their forts taken out, so... Those dudes are fleeing. Yeah, this is the bulk of the province. Taken over right now outside of a few forts. We're up here in like terrible weather. You're sieging that, you're sieging that, you're sieging that. I guess let's siege this. Ooh, how did you get across there? My navy did a bad job at stopping those transports. Let me tell you. We are up to 2 votes. You guys have 39 galleys. Can we get you 1 more galley? Why is it you say you have 39, but it also says I only have way less galleys than that? I wonder. Is it because I've captured galleys? Probably. You guys are at 40%. Where is the capital? Here, Tarnovo. Reformers have put forward a new confession of faith that has minor but serious differences with Catholic teachings. The Catholic Church claims its borders on heretical. There are those that suggest this new confession would bring the Catholic Church and its administrative under tighter control. Gain devotions or gain religious influence. No, we'll take the religious influence. We're pretty pro the main church right now. That's a levy army. Okay, I better go help them. No. Maybe not. Never mind, they're fine. They broke them. I have maps to steal. We got maps to steal. Steal maps. Steal maps. The Azores, I know that they already have a colony there. Gambia. The Gulf of Guinea is, I guess, this. We got Yoloth and crew. We got to figure out where we want to get in there. Andy the Cupid. Hello, hello. Thank you so much for the raid, my dudes. Welcome. Come on in. How you doing? Playing a little Europa as well. How was your campaign? Who were you playing as? Welcome to the Greek Order. We are currently playing as Greece. We started as the Knights Hospitalier over here on Rhodes, and we have slowly worked our way up Anatolia and then kind of back down the Greek side to form Greece itself. We're currently in a big war with Bulgaria to get like the last of our lands right now from them. But things have been going well. We just started colonization in the Age of Discovery, so we're sneaking out onto Africa right now and stealing maps from Castile. How we doing? Welcome on in, dudes. Thank you so much for the raid. Thank you for trusting me with the community. I hope you've been enjoying the EU as well. So, where are we stealing here? Gambia, the Gulf. I kind of want to get some of this land territory so that if I need colonies down here, like Upper Guinea, this seems like a lot of land. The Western Sahara, we don't have this explored. And this is currently how our colonists are moving in through Sus to somewhere down here in the deserts. But I feel like let's grab Upper Guinea. Nice. Good call. Good call. There's lots of land down here that's not colonized. You love to see it. Beeswax, medicaments. No gold. I was hoping for some gold down here, but that's all right. We'll take what we can get. Let's see if we can add some more colonies in here as well. Upper Guinea has lots of pops. Yeah. You can make your colonies into a town immediately. Whoa. Whoa. Yeah, so we have one guy colonizing Adrar. And it seems like the only reason we can do this is because we have a vassal in Sus. Because it says I have like a proximity bonus. Somewhere here. So I guess we are literally landing in Sus, running across the border, and then just colonizing in here into these insane locations. These are corridors, so we may be able to also come inland into Mali and Ghana afterwards. But this is good. There's more territory down here. Port with an island, very few deep water ports on West Africa's coast. Oh, like good, like harbor capacity. That would be good, yeah. Harbor capacity, or I guess natural harbor is what I'm looking for. You're right. There's a really good natural harbor down here. Also, Sus is a really good natural harbor. Oh, that's incredible. And Santiago has a really good natural harbor. Dudes. Dudes. Okay, Castile is trying to colonize this right now, but I think it's pretty slow for them. So as soon as I can get another colony. Can I have more colonial charters? The Greek order has one colonial charter. We have no colonial charters. Our colonial charters are... It's very confusing. The language. Did I start as Byzantium or Athens? I started as Rhodes, actually. So we are actually the Knights Hospitalier. And we have a bunch of weird bonuses because of that. Like we're a Grandmaster, we're a theocracy. That's why we're the Greek order. We're not Greece. So it's been some bizarre expansion paths. All right, we'll keep our sieges going up here while we just deal with the rest of this trash from old Bulgaria. Looks like our boys pretty much have that on lock. And what do we got? Charcoal kilns. This is nice. Our clerics are actually building stuff that's useful for us. We're still short on ivory. We're still short on sturdy grains and fruit. Perpetually on the fruit. And legumes. Really? Well, we can make those. I do think expanding our wheat RGOs is still worth doing here. Just because I think it will drive down the price of sturdy grains as a knock-on effect. Can I show the rest of Europe? How's everyone else doing? France is really strong. They pretty much won their 100-year war with England. And now they've been also like the dominant power of pretty much everything. Austria has been blowing up a little bit lately, getting a bit bigger. Not too much going on in Russia. The Ottomans didn't really manage to pull off anything. And the Italian unification wars are going on right now. So most of the Italian states, I think Naples, Tuscany, Provence, they're all under France, the French kingdom. So it's a good chance that French ends up getting all of this. And Hungary up here is our like super homie. They've been backing us up in basically all of these wars, so. France is a raid boss in every campaign. Yeah, I mean, it sort of makes sense. It's a good land. It's a lot of territory. I can certainly understand why they're that strong. A little bit of devastation, a little bit of pirates, a little bit of bad food. I am hoping once we take this, we can also push a bunch out of the Tarnovan market. Like, owning most of this territory should put pressure on them. Because I'd really love for them to be knocked back. All right, there's our siege. This guy looks like he's losing that war, so I wonder will they peace out yet? No, still pretty bad. I mean, I guess it's a very expensive peace treaty. How is it that total cost of peace is 76, and if I put money on it... Oh, no, it was not that bad. Should I pay war reparations? Get war reparations here? I think we're just going to go for the 100 cost score. We'll head on down here and help these homies out. Showing up just in time to save the Hungarians. And slaughter all the rest of the Bulgarians with all our artillery. France needs a good revolution. I know, right? I feel like it's getting to be about that time. And let's go for the capital here. Which we are the ones in charge of the siege for. Excellent. So that should be pretty straightforward. I think once we take the capital, the rest of the country will fall. We're getting a +3 from artillery impact right now, which is really nice. Warriors do not read books. With the war taking the focus of every capable and productive person in the nation, that's not true. It's only the soldiers. There's a lot less time for frivolous activities of musicians and poets. Even the best of poets is no more than a soldier. Greek culture loses cultural influence. Ooh. Who earns? We do need to get more cultural influence. Because otherwise we have to deal with things like these Turkish patriots forever. These armies are all like trying to get to me and Hungary is just intercepting them. Starting with a European country, have an active trade route with cloves. Where is cloves? Oh, or does it mean like the trade good of cloves? It means the trade good of cloves. Where are these coming in from? Must be Egypt. Nice. Cool little mini achievements. I was elected to lead, not to read. Please no sieging that back. I'm trying to win this war right now, please. I wonder if I can get like more colonial charters. Or will it just happen as we get more options here? Mundo, howdy, howdy, howdy. Welcome on in, dude. Could we see the religion map mode? Yes, absolutely. Choo, 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 choo. So we have a big Bohemian Hussite community. And we've been basically pushing Orthodox out. So we still have some problems. We still have a lot of Orthodoxy in our country, as you can see. And we have a little bit of Sunniism here too, which hasn't been a huge problem. There's a little bit of zealots, but there's only like 2,000 of them. So right now we're doing like pretty good on the front of converting everybody. The Orthodox zealots do keep rising up, but we've been like working their numbers up and down and up and down. Peace imminent. When 725 days have passed with no contest over the war goal and it's fully controlled, we may get it in an enforced peace. Currently, there has been 4 days. Huh. So maybe I won't be able to greed my way all the way up here. All right, there's their capital sieged. Speed up some of their armies. Do they have any forts left? Yeah, they still do, actually. They have quite a few forts on this border. I love that they didn't build any forts really down on my border. They're all against Hungary. I guess they knew where the dominant threat was. I would love to dismantle the Tarnovan market, but I don't think that's something I can just do while I control it. All right, if I take out all that money and I take out war reparations, we're at 25%. Oh man, I'm really greeding for that money, but also we'll be able to mint so much, so it's a good deal. Pope's very pleased with my work. Yeah, in general, facts. All right, I got lots of clerics here. It's still mostly military tasks I feel like we need to be doing. So I'm going to keep hiring really good military leaders for now. I'm actually not leading this war, but that's okay. I'm helping. I'm helping. 50 battles, attacker taking, occupations and blockades. Yeah, this is all good and gravy. These guys keep sneaking boats up here, and like our boats are so bad at intercepting them. Auto intercept is terrible. All right, we do get like lots of days for this war to tick through at least. It is going to cause us some mega antagonism, but I think it's the right choice. Is this a city that we don't have captured? Yes. They're trying to siege some stuff down, but they're going after them. That's fine. There we go. We just sunk all their transports. What's really funny about this, you can see now, because of ship capture, I've captured 2 galleys and 12 transports. These were not in the army. I do love our navy just constantly expanding because I keep stealing transports. Cogs and hulks. I mean... we might as well Merge those guys all together. I think we have some galleys we can even upgrade there, so. Nice to receive that military support from the enemy like that, right? A fine donation. All right, what do we want to start doing in this parliament debate? We don't need to go to war with anybody, so we could actually go for like a lower tier, like expanding farming. I could just drop a ton of money into farming RGOs. Or gathering costs. Clay, sand, salt, medicament, pearl, amber, fish. Or... Wow, that's like basically everything here. Raw goods using farming. Everything. I like that slaves uses farming. It's strange. Trade efficiency and trade advantage. I mean, again, we basically own our entire trade network, so I'm not too worried about that. Fur hunting grounds and wild game. We don't have a lot of this, but we're always running low on it. I think I'm going to go for farming estates. Because this is like just good. This is just something I can dump a bunch into. You want to change my holy mission from mission on the high seas to a balanced mission. That is not going to happen. You want to support free subjects. That I would take. You also want to support capital economy, which I would take. You also want me to remove a bunch of toll castles. These I don't mind. They make more nobles, but they don't give the nobles more power. They do make them eat more, but again, it's like not like the nobles are eating that much, and it's not like I'm short on food. 42%. It's possible that we just get 2 events or 1 good event. That pumps us up. Pumps the jams. 16. Monastic intellectuals. In our state, intellectuals do not stay cooped up in their homes or waste their time on strange theoretical concepts or secular institutions. They attend monasteries and use their gifted minds for the good of all that is holy. In practice, this means we are blessed with practical knowledge from our religious institutions for the good of the people, the state, and our faith. Research progress. Happy clerics. Or research considered unholy. Ooh. This is a pretty good modifier. It slows down our research, but it increases our prox cost and our control. And our prosperity. Dude, I actually don't know what the right choice is here. We did just recently unlock Pike and Shot. So we do have some stuff to do. What happens when the piece is automatically done? It gives only the Wargol province? I am not sure, but I suspect that's the case, yeah. Here's a problem. If I drop the tolerance of heretical beliefs, these Orthodox zealots are going to continue to be a real thorn in my side. I think this would be better for economy, but not necessarily research. You know what? I think I'll just take the research for now. We get 10% reinforcement speed from our advanced logistics. And our troops are just getting better and better. All right. He is willing to accept this now. What if I put war reparations on? He is also willing to accept it. He is even willing to accept it if I ask him for 900 bucks. Total cost of peace is somehow only 35. Ah, this is because all of my provinces have been removed. For whatever reason, it cleared the peace deal. Where is all my provinces? Pirin is going to be mine. Rodopes. Sleven. Vidar. And Zagor. I'm pretty sure that's all the Greek ones, right? That's Thrace and Macedonia. This is back on negative 35. And then I wanted to steal that gold mine. That's through a town, but I think that's the only way I could do it. And then there's a silver mine here. I kind of wanted both those silver mines. It's definitely a greedy play. What is this? Lead? Do we have lead? Interesting. We don't have lead. It would, again, be in the Tarnovan market, but... would leave the recipient 2 fractured minus 60. Ooh, okay. I think because I'm taking that silver mine, it adds an insane amount. I would actually have a better peace deal taking all of that instead. Fruit, wine, and wheat. Well, we might as well take the whole province if that's the case. Or, yeah, that would be okay. Split that province, steal their gold. I like that. Sort of our northern mining colonies, you know. Control click to select the whole province. Oh, that's good to know. All right, it is still like an 83 deal, so I think we just have to get him to 100, which we're definitely not too far off doing. Hunting accident. The heir to Greece. That's fine. Again, we're like a grand order, so our heirs don't really matter all that much. And the town of Prygon in here wants a seat in the Curia. They want an urban parliament seat. There was some conversation about actually making that a city. Parliament seat, local burger power. It would give me my 25% that I need here. The only thing is you cannot get rid of a parliament seat easily. But I think I'll actually take that. I'm generally trying to empower the burgers. All right, we're at 96. I don't know, man. Make your way to the shore, I suppose. 99. We're getting there. Do I still get the night bonuses and events now that I'm Greece? Yes, I do. So we can actually see, like, on the research tree, I still will have... I don't know if there's any in this. Yeah. So because we're currently playing, or were playing, as the Knights Hospitalier, we have special advances here. So we have, like, naval damage, monthly army tradition. There's a couple of those we get throughout. There's not too many, actually, in this age. I think it's just probably those two. Based on what I'm seeing, it might just be those two. Scourge of the Corsairs, Crusader Tradition. Yeah, so as far as I know, you'll also get the events and stuff as well. How many days until the automatic peace? Oh, quite a bit still. We're at 382, so there has to be like another 400 days. 350 days. And there's our 100%. So they'll take the land treaty. They'll pay me war reparations. And they'll give me 228 bucks. I will take their silver mines, their gold mine, connect all my land, retake all of the Grecian provinces. Hungary has given more land than they expect from their 64% war contribution. And will owe me one favor. They're not given any land. But I guess that this will pay out to our allies as well. Oh. 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 They are trying to take that gold mine. Cancel, cancel, cancel. I want that gold mine, dude. How are you snaking that from me? Is it because you have it conquered? That gold mine is a big part of this deal for me. I could liberate this province from them. I have to take less money. Can I talk to Hungary and be like, give me those spots? Is that something we can do here? Ask to improve cultural opinion. Oh, that's cool. Using favors. I have almost 100 favors with them. Those lands are given? I mean, I'm assuming it's because, like, they have conquered of this place. Which is weird, because everywhere else we have conquered. Which also means, like, they conquered stuff and gave it to us, but they are holding on to this territory right now. So do I need to see, will they return that territory to me? I forgot to build all these farming estates while this issue was being debated. Whoopsie. Key man, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the agency. Feed into Hungary. How, get. It's not that weird if you're Hungary and see a free gold mine. Yeah, I know, right? You can change the conquered province to you. Yeah, that's what I could have sworn there was a way to do this. But I'm not sure how. Buried in 1,000 menus, I'm sure. Because I feel like we ran into this in another war recently. I thought it was like I could click them here. and it would work. Because surely there has to be a way to do that. I mean, we could just take the silver mines. The silver mines are still like a really good bonus for us. Probably only vassals, not allies, we can do it with. Oh, God, that just reset my whole thing. So you're saying if I control click, it'll give me the whole province. Okay, that's really nice. So that's all the Grecian land. We'll take that province as well. And we have to decide how to sort of go about this. We have forts here, here. There's a fort there. Like, taking Sredets is not bad because it does make a good fort line. Does make a good fortnight. Question still stands. Why not Order of Jerusalem instead of Greece? Because Greece was easy to take and Jerusalem has been extremely strong. Basically, Egypt has been like the #2 spot the entire game, only under France. And they haven't ever fractured. They fractured one time in a noble civil war, and a crusade got called against them almost immediately. But nobody got there in time. All right, so let's look at in Vinden. Suggested peace offer. I feel like there has to be some sort of diplomacy in here I'm just missing. Buy location. Sell a location to Hungary. Sell location. Hilarious that I could just ask to randomly buy these spots off of him. I mean, here's the thing is I could give him just that territory and then try to buy it. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything in here that would really allow me to do this. So the other option is I could create it as a vassal state. Right? God, they love just removing this entire thing every time. I could say liberate Vinden. And then we could still take, like, this province. Like, I'm probably going to have to make all of this into a single vassal or two vassals. Part of me is wondering, like, should I take Varna so I have this port? And also just another fort up here? I can't get war reparations with this deal anymore because it's a bit too greedy. Because Hungary has claims there and thus is not willing to give it to me. I mean, that certainly makes sense. Though I would argue it's certainly more Balkan than it is Carpathia. Yeah, it's technically part of Bulgaria, right? All right, well, how about we just do that then? We'll liberate it as a vassal. We'll try to get it as a vassal. We'll liberate it as a free country. We'll try to get it as a vassal. We have a land connection to it. We take all their silver mines in the meantime, and we connect up the rest of our land. And we get like 200 bucks. Hilarious. We've also now broken the auto face patriarchal seat 3 times. So we can dissolve this, giving us another -2 tolerance to heathen beliefs. Or we can keep it, giving us less monthly influence, but positive tolerance of heretical beliefs. We also get 800 bucks if we do this. And I'm going to do that because we've done it twice already and I find it hilarious. So these homies, currently they don't really like us, but I think what I would like to do is ask them to become our vassal. So I need to improve opinion of these guys. And I want to offer them a guarantee. Eventually. Bulgaria is also like turbo split because of this. Now we're going to have some mega problems. Just going to have these guys suppress rebels right now. And I'm going to have you guys on patrol the seas. I probably want you patrolling these seas over here. Oh, I can get Bay of Cadiz. Yeah, you know what? These are my heavy ships. I'm going to have them patrol, like, the Bay of Cadiz so I can get some more grab from Sevilla. And what I really should be doing is also, like, building some better harbor stuff over here. Coastal forts, for example. And docks. Ooh, we got a lot of money right now, honey. We can embrace meritocracy for only 100 bucks. But I got a feeling we're going to have a lot of stuff that we need to do at the moment, so let me hold on. Let's move you into... God, you're so bad at everything. Cracking down on them. You are going to go on recovery efforts, just temporarily. Just to get that back in order. Oh, that was pretty quick. Yeah, and I do kind of feel like we probably want to maybe make some vassals up here. I don't know. We've integrated all that stuff, so all the previous stuff. So I'm back to being like, I have no integration. Yeah, that's a lot of... We were like 2 provinces left to integrate. Taking back the Greek territory in Sicily. They might not have been there for 600 years, but that doesn't mean it isn't Greek. New patch. They fixed trade. Literally another new patch this morning. Today. Trade expense now properly calculated. All right, we'll update. Let me just figure out one thing here at a time. Create sujets. Country of Argos. And the minor Bellic. Okay, I don't want either of those guys. So I guess my question is like... Who is this guy? Selmanos. Zagor. Here we go. Sjelven. Sleven? I'm wondering if I can make this guy and just give him like all this new territory we conquered here. Sloven and Zagor. I think that would make sense. And would probably like save us a lot of grief in the long run. Now, the clergy, the burghers. Let's make it a burgher country. Reversed alphabetical. And then we're gonna cede him provinces, which I need a diplomat for. I actually need to get... We're gonna have to pump some funding into that. Because we're like 2 ticks off of also stealing more maps from Castile, so... you know what? I'm actually gonna pump this up not that much. Nope, never mind. Diplomatic spending is very expensive. Fort maintenance and army maintenance can come right down, though. And let's just get some RGOs. RGOs. No, Athens. What am I looking for here? Athenian market. There we go. All of this salt is apparently worth a fortune. Small shortage of iron here as well. Get what sugar we can. A little bit of wine coming in. The gem market expands. You guys expand. And what about these new silver provinces, you know? Okay, good. I did take that. You're 7 out of 7 already, and you are 3 out of 4. Okay, so we'll pump you up. Definitely we're going to need to focus on getting our control up there as soon as possible so that we can get all that silver in. Because that is also giving us rising inflation. Not entirely certain why. But I suppose we'll take it. I certainly don't need to be getting a 0.16 on cost of the court. Let's drop that down quite a bit. That'll save us some good cash there as well. Salt is amazing in EU5. Salt plus fish equals food, and eventually someone needs loads of food for cheap. I could see us needing some food for cheap. What is this second navy? Oh, this is my main trade navy. Just lost someone. Well, this guy's incredible, so let's hire him. I guess the other thing I could be doing is building more roads. Typically, I've been kind of looking at like, okay, where do we not have naval access? Because that's helping deal with the proximity cost of going through those mountains. Right now, you know, despite there being a naval passageway here, we don't really have a lot of maritime control. I'll be honest, I'm not really patrolling that area, which I think maybe we should start doing now. So if you're on patrol all of this, let's also have you patrol all of the Ionian. Also those. And I guess you can't do those. Can you do these though? That might be a little bit better for them. Speed them up a little bit. Don't figure out one thing at a time, do everything all at once, and then panic when it all falls down. That does sound a lot like me. Maritime patrol amount was reverted because 1.05 was broken. Okay. All right. So let's very quickly save. And run this hot patch. Because we can do that real fast, like, with the fancy new internets we've got. Them fancy new internets. Done. Boom. Watch me patch. I'm not even going to edit the video. As quick as can be. Are there future plans to become a normal monarchy or a republic? I don't know. I think I might just stay a holy order, to be honest. It's kind of really nice, and also my economy is super propped up from other countries, so. Orthodox Biden, when the Catholic theocrat wants to vassalize you. Oh my god, you're right. Are they Orthodox? They probably are. Boom, 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 boom. Well, look, if it doesn't work, I'll just crush them. I'll just go to a Casus Belli-less war against them. I love how often my army gets a bunch of letters, W's and D's at the end of its name. Bulgaria, Serbia, and Albania might join a coalition against us. That tracks. Oh yeah, what happened to the market? Now the Tarnovan market still owns a lot of this territory. Which is frustrating. I have 37 unprofitable buildings. What are we spending all our money on? Fiber crops and tar. Fiber crops are very expensive. And you are spending all your money on salt. Okay. Well, I would argue some of that's fixable. Tar kilns we can certainly build. Not that we necessarily have enough people to be working them, but just 1,000 ducats of gold just straight up dumped into our economy. We're going to plummet the price of salt in a minute. That's Vidad Tootin. So we should have better trade profits and better maritime presence here as well. I sure hope so. Our maritime seems pretty good right now. Yeah, places like Naxos are still kind of messing us up a little bit, but... Plink, plonk, plink, plink. Plonk, plink. Greece! Can I build here? I can. Ooh. Well, obviously the first thing we need is a monastery. We're half Lamtunan and half Greek. Half Sunni, half Catholic. Yeah, I can see that being a problem. Morocco is actually dumping a ton of people in this right now, so they might beat me to it. This place is starving. Can you make more legumes? They're probably starving because Bulgaria's got me like pushed out of that market. The Ottomans have declared us their rival. I already thought we were rivaled. Okay, all of that stuff is building. There is enough to steal another map from you guys. They got a map of the Canary Islands. So currently I have an explorer going to the Canary Islands. Okay, I had an explorer going to the Canary Islands, but I guess he vanished, so sure. Are any of these good natural harbors? Yes, but you have taken them. Naples is also colonizing up here. I still can only apparently have this one colony. I think we need to take Sus. Dang, dudes. Some good areas in here that we could also take a look. The Ottomans are guaranteeing my subjects. Don't love that for us. So I'm going to send someone up there. Distance to target. You're all 1,000 no matter where I send you from. So I'm going to send a Grecian to explore. What do you count as? I wonder. Crown of Castile seems to have it, so. Yeah, these all count as just the chain of Canary Islands. So it might be that, like, if we pump somebody in here. So I think this is actually, this does count as my colony. It's just that Morocco is also colonizing this province. So they'll get parts of it probably up here, and I will get parts of it down here. Cool. So that does count as a colony then. What do I use fiber crops for? I'm not sure. We have an insane amount in storage. Spinners, naval supplies, paper, the paper maker guild. So we do use a lot of paper making. Just probably where the bulk of it's going right now. Yeah, like we have a, this is the Niani market. This is not the market I want. All markets are shown. Athenan market is the only market I care for. The only market that I give a damn about. Fiber, pulp, paper. Yeah, so it's mostly paper. Well, the good news is we can make a bunch of fiber crop RGOs. If we get some money. Temporary insanity of the Grandmaster. Ooh, that's rough. What are you good at? Okay, well, your diplomatic is really bad. It's at 3, so why don't we just, like, put it at 0? Take that stability hit. We'll grab a few more fiber crops here. Doc, hello. How we doing, dude? Battle leadership law. Fun. And laws not codified. Military tactics 0.1, and we get free subjects. A merocratic leadership. Noble command blocks lowborn commanders, puts us to aristocracy. So I definitely don't want that one. Army tradition decay, monthly devotion. Ruler must be commander during war, and progress to centralization. Now that's not bad. I don't hate that one. Because we're grandmasters, like we basically always have. Oh, this guy's actually pretty good. Just free thinker. We are pushing towards centralization. Just reducing our proximity costs. We are also pushing towards free subjects. Where are you guys capped on right now? Cannot push more than 40. Cannot push more than 32 towards centralization. I mean, we could go either or. And we do have some advances in the old package shop department. So we went down here to get battleship law. Trade range over owned land. Dry docks would give us better harbor capacity. Lazarettos give us disease resistance. The House of Parliament gives us permanent parliament in the capital. The flute. Transport ship. Trade advantage. RGOs. Hire artists. Government reforms. Extra government reforms. Foreign cultural law. What are you? Cultural capacity. Assimilation speed. Tax for peasants. And levies. I think the dry dock would be good for us. There is also some arguments to be made about doing things like Arquebruisers. These would probably replace my Crusader Knights. Which, if we end up going to war with the Ottomans again, might be nice. You know what? Just in case, I think let's get them. That's the bulk of our army. And then I think I would go towards this trade advantage. Yeah, maximum RGOs in rural is huge. So I think that's kind of my pathway right now. My capital is starving. Oh, that's new. So I'm not spending any money on food right now, and I don't know if that's something I now need to do. $6. Patatuia. Clay and fiber crops. Interesting. Interesting. I mean, I don't want people starving, so I guess that's something we're going to have to do. Yeah, like we're now losing food if we don't do that. Let's give that a try. Pottery and wild game. Cloves. We have a surplus of marble. The spice must flow. Active trade route. And it looks like our Grandmaster died. Of old age. Wow. Didn't fall down a flight of stairs. That's a first. First time for everything. Trust anyone. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the agency. So what are these guys doing? They are patrolling They're meant to be patrolling the seas in Seville. Something tells me you guys are not doing that right now. Patrols 1 sea zone. Yeah, if you don't mind. There we go. Up they go. And let's just hire up this dude to help with that integration to make sure that doesn't get out of control. I think I'll probably take this military tactics. I don't know, man. +1 to devotion is also kind of nice. This reduces the damage taken of a regiment in combat. We get 0.05 for quality, a boost for gunpowder, a boost for feudalism. Ah, damn, that's pretty good. 0.1 is actually like quite a lot in that department. Maybe. This the game where the Grandmaster always dies under suspicious circumstances? Yes, indeed it is. What's the Turkish sympathizers? Ooh. All countries with Turkish culture gain 35 opinion of us. For 10 devotion. Now that's interesting, because I hate the Ottomans. Let's appease the Greeks. I know what side our bread is buttered on. And I'm not worried about that trade. I am not worried about that trade. Genova's missing a wild game. That's fine. Our explorers are off to the Western Sahara. And I guess I can't have conquistadors because I'm not Spanish. Our merchants are trying to see the possibilities of a new market in Vladimir. Yeah, that doesn't really affect us at all. Part of me wonders, like, could I embargo this market? Is there a way to force my territory into my market? Probably not, right? I guess that would sort of defeat the purpose of things like market attraction. Entrepot giving a big +10 there. Always upgrade this marketplace a bit more. Yeah, fiber crops and tar is still costing a fortune. Which is a bit tricky to deal with. Just started Anno Pax Romano. It's a lot of fun. Nice, dude. Nice. We were playing that the other day and had a great time with it. I will trade a small amount of manpower for development. Why not? Huge risk type games look the same to your untrained eye. That's totally fair. They all have a lot of like similarities going on. All right, I have enough to start giving this guy some territory. So I'm going to do that. Oh, that's kind of cool. So as a vassal, they became a bishopric. I guess because I put the church in charge of it. Cool. Actually, I put a burgher in charge of this province. So maybe it's just because we're a theocracy, we can only create bishoprics. It's gonna be a lot. It's gonna be a lot to wrap my mouth around those words. Wow, Sus is also paying us quite a bit of money. Okay, okay. Yeah, I mean, I guess this does fracture us a little bit, but how are these guys feeling about becoming our subject? Negative 143. I am not sure it is ever going to go up. $4 years. Is the other, I guess, side of that. Wow, okay, that was really quick. So, I have two questions. One, can I request funds from anybody? No. Are there any French nobles are willing to give us some money? But that's for sure just a rebellion that's gonna get buckled pretty quickly. I could have sworn we had this intention to annex these guys. But I need 150 opinions. So they must have taken a huge opinion drop. Ah, destroyed Autosophius Patriarch. That's exactly what happened. I lost 50 with them because of it. 1492, where's Columbus? I mean, he's got to be around here somewhere. Right? They do have exploration of the New World. Oh, look at that. New World is spreading up into France like wildfire. How come I can't get this? You know? I've been doing trades with Seville since the very beginning. And I have like none of this spread in my territory right now. I have yellow. Not even green. I looked at this like 2 years ago when there was none of this up north. The good news is, I mean, if things are up north, generally that means those guys have military sponsorships with me, so they will also spread that down to me. Outrageous. Absolutely outrageous. There's our dry docks. Okay, so buildings, dry docks. There are many locations that will want this. Castile. You want to have a crusade? Against Morocco. Ooh. Ooh. See, here's the thing. If I go to war with Morocco, I could potentially take land from them. Especially in like the name of Sus. We are slightly weaker than Morocco. Morocco actually has a big standing army, 43,000. Castile has no standing army. I'm going to not help them in that war because I think they might actually lose. We're going to have to expand our standing army pretty soon. Oh, I guess once we get gunpowder, all these reformed Crusader Knights will also pump their jams. Part of me just wants to build nothing but hoof nices. Oh, thanks, homies. Do I have free trade offices in their territory? I don't think so. I don't think we've been able to build trade offices or overseas trading offices. Dubrovnik, Rome. I can build them in Sus. Oh, I guess Dubrovnik would actually not be a bad spot to have one. Nor would there. You know what? Let's build a few of them. Overseas trading post. Ooh. So I can build these in all sorts of places. Interesting. These just give us trade capacity. Yeah, unfortunately, I can't build them in like that market. But I guess I can build them in along here. Just keep building up those sussy lands. Yeah, I still really don't entirely understand the colonies and where I'm allowed to have colonies. A royal guest giving us 10 prestige. That's very cool. Happy with that. I'll take it. Building roads and such does make it more likely if the roads lead to your market, that is, but that's about my limit of understanding of the market area. Yeah, so we actually have active trades right now with Seville that aren't particularly great trades, but by trading things from Seville to Athens, like that's how we've gotten access to even the small amount that we have. So Mango, good morning. Hello. I take it I said something stupid. But if you're clipping me, I take it I said something stupid. Oh, these integrations, they are not fast. This guy is basically just going back and forth from cracking down one group to cracking down the other. A friendly dog. Our explorer got a nice surprise while exploring the Western Sahara. A dog started appearing around his camp and seems quite friendly. He barks constantly, but seems to be doing more for grabbing his attention rather than as a threat. It can be approached by anyone without a problem. It seems to be trying to guide the expedition through a certain path. But at the end of the day, it's just a dog, right? Pet the dog, perhaps a bit too much. Lose some progress. Lose 15 bucks. He keeps the dog as a pet. Oh my god, absolutely. The mutters matter. The mutters matter. Ooh, good tongue twister. Yeah, I think we'll go with this meritocracy here. So right now, like, our army tradition is basically maxed out. I'm not really worried about the decay on that. Pretty much at all. Ooh, okay, that Orthodox Zealot rebellion went from 60,000 to 500,000 because of all that new territory. So I actually think you're going to go on converting provinces. Start Neveros. And we'll do everything we can there. Okay, it looks like building all those salts really helped with the unprofitable buildings issue. We still have a lot of needs in this market, though. Sturdy grains, incense, and ivory. I can't do anything about that. You know? You know? There ain't really much we can do about that. Just non-stop asking me to come to this crusade. We've embargoed Aragon. That's annoying. We have arquebusers. Does Castile hate me because I have been refusing? No. Ah, they do like when I help them, though. Oh, Morocco started this war. For Cadiz. Ooh. Ooh. Oh my god. Would Morocco maybe take Seville? That would be pretty nuts. We could help Castile in this war. The only problem is I don't really want Spain being that strong because Spain is obviously like very big on the New World and currently is pushing me out on a lot of provinces. But then again, also, so is Morocco. This is, I really want a colony here and I don't understand why I can't colonize this. Ivory is hard. You need Eastern Africa for it. Yeah. Like, yeah, why can't I have a colony here? I don't want to like abandon this colonial charter. I can't imagine there's a limit on the amount of colonial charters you can have. It doesn't seem like that's the case. There's certainly nothing that says that. Can I see my colonial range? Great question. Colonial. Owned by selected countries. Foreign locations in blue. In cyan. Their colonial charters are in blue. Foreign locations with their buildings are in cyan. Oh, okay. So I have like trade offices in those buildings and stuff like that. I guess. Colonial charters are blue. That does not give me all the colonial information I need, though. Naval range. Aha. Yeah. Okay. That's got to be it. My colonial range is 1250. Which is also the same as my naval range. Closest Greek port is Sartine. So I gotta take Sus, dudes. That's gotta be... I gotta stop worrying about Epirus here. And we gotta put someone in here for the Sussy boys. So we can start absorbing them. Because otherwise I don't have a port. And that is literally on the edge of my naval range. Yeah. Oh, okay. That will perfectly expand us down the coastline if we do that. And there is a natural harbor there, right? If I am remembering correctly. Yeah. Right there. Agadir. We have a fishing village. And Terratan. So I think probably Agadir I'm going to want to build up as a little place. Castles and bailiffs. Currently you are a rural settlement, so... And what is your population like here? Mostly Sunni. So why don't we build you a monastery? I'm going to build you a market village as well. A market village. Do I not have the money for this? I'm not allowed to build this? What's going on? Market village. A market village. Okay, I'm not allowed to build this. 4 levels of market village. Okay, that's not what I wanted. But I'll build 2 levels of market village, I guess. He's got a fishing village here. I guess settlement is not an option. There are no castles in this spot, so I do wonder about throwing in a fort. Obviously, he doesn't have the soldiers for it, but, you know, if this is going to be my colonial holding on the edge of Morocco, like, imagine Morocco's going to fight me for that pretty soon. Very likely. A lot of colonial tech is hidden behind New World predictables. Okay. So as that tech advances. In times of rapid change, our traditional ways have led to a revival of the agrarian community. Traditional economy. No, we want capital economy, and we want towns and cities to get migration. As I do believe that's better for us. There's an ivory. 30 grains. Castile, stop inviting me into this crusade, dudes. You guys are making irrigation. You guys are making granaries. This is nice to see. Oh, our clerics are making stuff non-stop. Rural smelters. They must have fixed this. Because I now see that my clerics have like a ton of money and they're building constantly. And that was certainly not the case beforehand. All of you guys can now also be upgraded. Damn. Our spy network got busted. Glory hole. Yeah, early Arcor Bruisers. Let's go. These only take 20 bucks each to upgrade. General of the army is dead. Take this commoner. Whoa. Our explorer has discovered all of Western Sahara. We now know what this province is. Adrar. I don't know why I have colonial range here. I have no idea why I'm allowed to have a colony in this province. I will still do it because it's hilarious. But I truly, truly do not understand it. So you have no clerics. We have no laborers. But I guess we need them to work the RGO here. What is the building? Sand. All right, well, it is what it is for now. Strive with what we got. Aren't the order strongholds your forts? We can build those as well. They give us like small amounts of monthly manpower, but we also get castles. The order strongholds I don't think actually build forts. I want to say. They give us a bonus to fort defense, and they let me recruit regiments. They're more like armories. Would I think be the closer comparison. All right, let's keep pumping this army up. Pump the jams. It's like you have a Greek man just wandering the desert, suddenly in the middle of nowhere. He says, I will build a town here. Religious institutions are considered sacrosanct and above the petty plots and schemes of countries and spies. This is why it's crucial to infiltrate them. Many secrets that would never be spoken aloud are told in confidence to religious authorities, and the practice of confession has turned into an institution. A church in Castile, a country in which we focused our espionage, has presented an unprecedented opportunity to exploit this. One of our loyal agents, posing as a nun in a local convent, has found out she can overhear the conversations from confessionals while doing chores in the church. While she is likely to escape detection, the plan would outrage religious authorities if discovered. Here is the thing. I currently have lost my spy network in Castile, and I don't think I can build one for a bit. To like August. So how much is this going down a month? By 1 each month. Oh yeah, I'm going to take that. That will get us closer to spying, so. What are you doing in this war, big dog? You're winning. Maybe I should help him out. I mean, here's the thing is, like, I'm trying to, like, boost up my army right now, so I don't really want to be... They kind of need to, like, refill their troops. Stonks. But I do like the idea of going to war with Morocco. If nothing else, then just, like, to take the rest of Sus back. These are some pretty big population areas. At least compared to us. I wonder if building a capital or a castle in the capital would have made a bit more sense. It's still a rural settlement. There's no real reason for it. Does our naval range reach this? Question mark? It's just short. Damn. Is this spreading a little bit in our territory? But it is really hard. I mean, if I could just save up $1,000, I could embrace this now. Oh, no, I still need 20%, so... I guess I ain't doing none. Let it just carry on its wayward son. Alright, you guys are still working on these conversions and integrations. I think you better go back on rebel crackdowns. Let's go for the Turks first. Because that one's getting a little bit messy. Loyalties of subjects. If the debate passes, they lose liberty desires. Forest exploitations. We don't really have any more forestries to expand. Reach out to our faith. Diplomatic reputation. We gain 5 diplomats. France, Castile, and Hungary all get an opinion boost of us. That's not bad. Mostly I'm thinking, like... How much do I need to build those trade offices? 100 opinion. So it's not going to be enough for France, but if I improved opinion of Castile by a tiny bit, we could absolutely do that. Round off, thank you for the primer, my dude, for 4 months. I won't ask about YouTube since I know it's been weird, but just letting you know, it's not showing you as live. It's got to be showing me as live because there's been people chatting in the chat. Unless it's breaking down on us. Which somehow would not surprise me. Yeah, no, we're totally public. Are you looking at the VOD channel? Or are you looking at the old normal channel? How is the Coast Province in Western Sahara like? Might be a better colony place to invest in. There are some really good there's some like really good places down here. The only problem is like I just can't. All this is out of naval range, so I can't invest in them right now. So some of the minor faction angelic orcs turn vampires. How does that happen? I have no idea. Cloudflare has been down for a while. I did notice that this morning. I kept loading up websites and Cloudflare was like, nope, absolutely, you will not be loading that. Look at these guys, homies, building protected harbors. Dude, the church is putting in work when I don't have the money for it. Let me tell you. I think this is a good idea. We're going to reach out to the faith. And we can just let that run if that's the case. So I do want to improve opinion of them. I'm still making a ton of diplomats. Am I spending a ton of money on diplomats? I must be. The Grand Master's reputation is tarnished. 2 antagonism or 7 stability. I'll take the antagonism. Yeah, I am spending a bit on Diplo. Constantinopolis demands a seat in the Curia. An urban parliament seat. You guys are basically maxed out right now. I'm willing to just take that hit. Especially considering that they're just building burger mansions. You really got to keep an eye on these rebellions, because also like the moment these Sunni zealots also move up, even though there's only 165 of them, that's going to be 3 rebellions I'm dealing with, which ain't gonna be so fun. Marinara, how are we doing? Why are we building mansions out of burgers? Well, they're building. The burgers are making mansions out of themselves. Really. Can't support in the Curia. Nice. Little free Curia support here. Oh, we also don't have a exploration happening now. How am I down to 14 gold if there's none of this? My market has dropped from like 90 to 65. Livestock we are desperate on. Huh. Well, good news is that's RGO-able. I gotta keep funding explorers. So where is this? Oh, I like $100. Damn, dude. $100 to explore sucks. I don't love that. I think let's reduce our diplomatic spending down to -5 plus 0.5, whatever it is. So Castile is at 50. When this parliamentary debate passes, it'll give us 100, which means we can stop improving relations and we can start building trade offices. That's going to help us pretty dramatically in getting New World tech. I mean, we are just starting to get the spread in general right now, but I guess I also have 6 diplomats. Castile will also just give us 500 bucks. Thanks, Castile. Very cool of you. I will then use that to do more exploration. I don't need that. South Macaronesia. I can't imagine he doesn't have this colonized, but you know, I guess we'll try. I guess because that is... These are all basically the same, these places. Should know about... Here's the thing, right? If you do one of these, it's further distance, but it's in the Genovan market, which we don't have a big presence in. So it's going to take us longer to get the goods we need. We have 67% market access. Versus, like, if we were over here, we're in the Athenian market. We could go a little bit further and have, like, 78% access. Or, like, 89% access. Which feels like it would leave sooner. Okay, what is my market access here? Now you're not going to tell me anymore. Okay, now you will tell me. Right, like, I think let's just do it from Athens. Because he'll get ready faster, so... Creating a new market alongside the Athens market to extend the area of control in your region? Maybe in Constantinopolis. No. We already disbanded the Constantinopolis market. We just need to increase market attraction in our market. The idea was that the Athenian market would cover all of our territory, and it basically does. We could do something like make a Corsican market or a Maltesian market, but I just don't think it would be very powerful. A Corsican market, maybe we could pull off something over here, but I think it's just like, you know, what, we're stuck between Tunis, Genova, and Napoli. It would have a very hard time, so. Created a colony in Madeira due to the lack of food. They are slowly dying. Any tips on how to help them? Buy food. You should be able to go into here. This is a new slider that they added in a recent patch. And now you can just purchase food, basically. Local food, provincial food, market food. That's probably where a lot of our money is going right now. You could also then go into trade, go to whatever their market is, and set up a trade for, like, suggested food imports. Which should, in theory, help them out quite a lot. 0 control here? Wow, okay, we're gonna have to fix that ASAP. Did we ever get a road to you? There is already a gravel road there. And a gravel road there. There's not one to Larissa, so let's fix that. I can't imagine building that would matter much to me. Yeah, given that naval range is giving me like 83 there. I guess it would help in some of these other areas though. All right, you know what? Let's do that. You are expensive roads, but you will also give me more taxes, so you're probably a good idea. I am going to embrace meritocracy pretty soon. I'm just like, you know, we're doing pike and shot stuff right now. There ain't a rush on it. I guess I don't know how much we're really getting from those silver mines. Do I have 2 forts up here? This seems like excessive. This fort I'm okay with. Fort there I'd be okay with. A fort there I'm okay with. I guess the real question here is like... what's a bigger town? 61, 16. Kind of like cuts off the path. The pass. I don't really know that I need either of these forts. Forts are really expensive. Is part of my logic here. I have a fort limit of 39. Oh, wow. Okay. You know what? I'll just leave it then. It's not really that big a deal. We're only losing $5 on forts. You know what? We can make do with that. I think somehow we'll survive. They don't have access to a market. Everywhere should have access to a market, or it should start a market. Like, these guys have to start a market out here. Because you can always trade from, like, you buy from other markets, not necessarily the market that you're in, right? I mean, they will buy from the market you are in, but then, like, you can also import goods into that market, so... as you go outwards into your market, your access is lowered and you get lower income. Yeah, yeah. That's why you're suggesting it, right? I'm okay with it. It did help us, like, create a more localized market so that, like, all of our pops were drawing from one location. 2 diplomats for every neighboring country gets a +20 to us. Let's take +20 because that will improve opinions of places like Empress. I could annex you. But I want to annex us. If I start this annexation... what will happen? Furthermore, why can't I start this annexation? Everyone else will get a -25 to me. I will lose all of my diplomats. Rivals with Naples. My concern with this is just slowing down my annexation of Sus. How much is this going up a month right now? 1.1. So we're talking about basically another 2 years of opinion modifiers. I think I'm going to do it. We can only move as fast as we can move, so. In the meantime, I need to build more cows. Because these have gotten very expensive for some reason. Nobody here is able to work them. Doctrine of particular judgment, religious influence, or upset a bunch of Catholics. We can get upset. New exploration, South Micronesia. Is that you? Can I colonize this? Wasn't that South Micronesia? I don't understand. What did we just discover here if it's not that? Oh, you're just... Sorry, you're just heading out to discover South Micronesia. My bad. My bad. I hope we can pick that up, because that would be the jumping point we need. It's gonna take him 4 years for that, so what are we gonna do? What are you gonna do about it? Build more cows, I guess. The answer to all life's problems. Buy more cows. Orthodox Zealots, you guys are at 98%. I'm starting to think maybe I should do a crackdown on you. Oh, these integrations are so slow. We've unlocked Lazarettos, which do give us nice disease benefits. $500. Small hospital in an isolated location, usually in the countryside, an island, or a patch of coastline. Maritime travelers are quarantined there if expected to be carriers of contagious diseases. Well, I would love to build one of those in Athens, but, you know, that ain't going to be happening anytime soon. It don't look like, at least. I think I'm going to have to suppress both of these rebellions for, like, quite a while. And I'm actually wondering about, like, if I just do a long-term rebel crackdown. Like, get them down to, like, 60 or, you know, if I crack them down until they hit 0, will we get rid of them? Look at all this, man. Cathedrals, paper makers, distillers, potters. The church is going absolutely nuts now. They're just building constantly. Buy a cow, you'll have it for a day. Build a cow, and you'll raise a lot of questions about the mechanics of building cows. Raise a lot of eyebrows with all them cows. Rocket, Latumen. Oh yeah, we have a bit of Greek there as well. More sand. I can build a little market village here. That'd be good. They're still trying to get their numbers up, but it is like a colony in progress, so. Yeah, honestly, part of me wonders about just like also, I don't know, man, like splitting up my naval fleet some more. "42 galleys, 32 cogs and hulks." These are all the big dogs out there. Because, I mean, it must be that, like... Getting 1.2. Right? But that's, like, just basically from having the Navy here, so... These guys just sail around and keep fixing things. I mean, I could just build them more... More like galleys. I guess technically the barks are better now. And they are less sailors. You have how many galleys in here? 42. Do the cogs and hulks do anything? Well, 0.04, I guess. They might do a little bit. Eight cannons, 9 cannons. For 10. Movement speed. I mean... Hard to say what's really the better choice here. They both have pros and cons. I think I would like to increase this to like 60 galleys if I could, but... There's also things that are making me think like, well, what about like pound lock canals? Do we have any of these that need to be built? No. What about coastal forts? No. You're in the wrong market again, young man. Build one up there for sure. I guess I could remove market filter. So what was it? The pound lock canal? Oh, soldiers. That's why. Okay, so there's nowhere I can build these right now. That's fine. No buildings with proximity cost. Bridges. Build, build, build. Pound lock canals. Prox. Local proximity source. So that's the other thing you can do is you can build bailiffs. So I could do something like build a bailiff on Corsica if I wanted a bit more proximity source over here. It does empower the nobles, but just locally. And it might not be a terrible idea for Corsica since it's so far away. Also Malta. Like, Malta is a town. And it has 0 right now. Pound lock canals can be built on cities. Confused me for a while. Yeah, it's just like they need a river, basically. How much are these? 131. We cannot build a bailiff in a town. Oh, okay. So never mind. That's not as valuable as I would have thought. Not much to be done about it. Dang. Dang, dang, dang. All right, well, hopefully once this gets integrated, it'll help support our control a little bit better through there. That's only like 2 more months. The bridges will help a lot with control. And then we'll just keep slowly building everything else up in the meantime. We have our little trade offices in here now, I guess, as well. Yes! Okay, we do actually have green. So this is spread to basically all of Athens. It's starting to spread through Albania and Epirus as well. The idea of the New World is interesting, people. So explorers are still the big gamble here. So we know the Azores is owned by Castile. I wonder if I shouldn't spend more money exploring more stuff down here. Spy network went all the way down from 40 to 10 because it doesn't give you a notification to be like, hey, you can build another spy network again. So we created a poem which increased our Greek influence by 2 points. That's nice. Glad to see that. Towns cannot have them. It has to be a city as well as being by a river or sea. Oh, weird. Can only be built on cities. Okay. That part was not really obvious to you. Fair. Absolutely fair. Ooh, these rebellions. Ooh, these rebellions. What about this guy also? You got a royal marriage with Simsir. Hungary's got to cast a spell eye on them. We cannot start a war when we have rebels close to raising up. Orthodox zealots have a progress over 95%. Huh. Hmm. $126 negative on acceptance. I don't think we're going to be able to get that. So we may want to get a cast a spell eye on them. I got a feeling though Hungary is just going to gobble them up and we're going to lose that silver mine, gold mine. Which is, it's not the biggest deal. It just would have been nice to have it. But I think before we dive into that, Perion, how we doing? Why don't we cut this first video here today and come back in the next one? We'll see you in a bit. Until next time.